Good morning and welcome to episode 1721 of Hard Factor. It is Friday, May 30th, 2025. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Patreon.com/Hard Factor if you need more Hard Factor. Today, Pat's kicking us off with a juicy one.
Yeah, you could say that, Willie. You certainly could say that. A woman, a travel blogger, she's had a sinus infection for 7 years now, and she finally got to the bottom of what she thinks it is, and she really got to the bottom of it, if you know what I'm saying. You're not going to believe it.
Wow.
Blow you away.
Yeah. You say sinus infection? That's what you said? 7 years?
7-year-long sinus infection.
That's got to be painful. Wow. Okay. Can't wait to find out what could cause that. What could possibly cause that?
Stinks. 7 years. That stinks.
Oh yeah,
it really does.
And then I've got I'm on second there with a couple horrific mountain stories. Actually, the mountains be acting up.
The mountains be acting up. Yeah, they do.
Mountains are unforgiving terrain, and yeah,
one of the most dangerous terrains out there. Mountains.
No kidding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you have that too. So I'll do one mountain thing, but it looks like you also have the second mountain.
Well,
thing.
no, just you kick it off. I've got some extra tidbits about.
Perfect. That's my transition away. So we'll transition to you with that.
I got some extra tidbits about. I mean, I got a couple of stats on the one mountain. So
yeah, I just have a few sentences to say about it.
Tag team.
Good. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. It's. I mean, a lot of mountain news this week. You wouldn't believe it. And I've got a few more trends with a Z to close it out. The ones that you can't miss before this week is over. One that we almost missed entirely. But thank goodness Wes and I follow enough meme accounts that this trend would not be missed on this show. Also, real quick, live comment. Scotty Royster says, Pat looks like he has eyeliner on LMAO. Do you? Well, it's just you're in a darker place.
I don't. I have that natural, those long lashes that sometimes
like Derek Carr.
Pat Vance?
Yeah.
Pat Vance.
Yeah, Pat Vance.
Pat Vance Carr.
That's actually a great name, Pat Vance.
The wrong guy with eyeliner retired.
That guy's a businessman.
Yeah, he is. Pat Vance.
Pat Vance.
Shaking hands and getting deals done. I think this deal's done.
Pat Vance pulls you in when he shakes your hand.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Strong grip. Pat Vance here with us. Yeah, no, thanks, Scotty. Good call out. I've never known Pat to wear eyeliner, so I believe him. He's just
I would. I don't need to. I've got it.
His lashes are just accentuated by the lighting today, and so now you see it. The full Pat Vance facial.
Hey, Pat Vance, nice to meet you. Take my card. Sure, no one uses cards anymore, but take my card
Vance
anyway.
Does,
Pat
dude.
Vance.
He's got a stack of cards, dude.
Yeah.
His wallet is so thick with cards.
Yeah.
He's still got a Rolodex.
Pat Vance. I've heard it 13 times.
Let me just jot this down and slap it in my Rolodex.
Hey, PV, here's my CV.
Exactly.
Real quick, next trivia. It's going to be June 20th. All right. Friday night, that night, June 20th. That's when we're getting down with Mike Wade.
Might do a 4th of July themed. Who knows?
Ooh. Themes.
Get you in the mood.
Yeah. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
But join us. Patreon.com/Hard Factor. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We could do some Bruce Springsteen lyrics trivia, as we've discussed. A lot of Bruce fans don't seem to listen to the lyrics before. Yeah.
I'm a big melody guy.
I feel like that's just kind of true with any song about America. People are like,
right.
Yeah, sure. It says some other stuff, but yeah, America. I'm gonna play some.
All I hear is Born in the USA, buddy.
Look, most musicians aren't poets. They're just musicians, so I don't really care what they have to say. Some of them are very thoughtful, and good, but the majority of them, I'm looking for that melody,
I hear that.
Yeah.
Okay, this next story, guys, our first story, our lead off, it stinks. It stinks for this one lady. I want you guys to meet this woman. She is Christine Connell. and she's a travel blogger who has had a sinus infection for the better part of the last 7 years. And
it didn't stop her from working out, though. You can tell that.
No, Christine keeps it super tight. Absolutely. She has been keeping it tight and posing in bikinis from different locations all around the globe for as far back as 2016. And you better believe I went all the way through her Instagram because I was trying to find the villain in this story.
It's journalism, research.
Yeah, see, about 7 years ago, guys, Christine had fractured her ankle. And I couldn't find any photographic evidence.
2018, we're talking 2018.
Right in that zone, because she's talking about having this. I went back 7 years from now, which is when her sinus infection began. We're going to get into how that happened.
Yes.
She fractured her ankle. No, I thought maybe she was lying about fracturing her ankle and what happened after that caused the sinus infection. So I went back and looked all the way through Instagram, and her Instagram is clean. Okay, all beautiful photos, lots of ads, brand deals.
You like any of the photos from years ago?
Didn't like them. No, I'm not that kind of creep.
That's a classic move.
You ever do that on accident when you're ready
didn't fall for it, huh?
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I just liked the 2017 photo.
Right, you're trying to unzip your pants
worse than a
while you're
scrolling like. Wow.
Ooh, that's 300 photos down, and I liked it. Oh boy. Yeah.
Whoops, that was deep in the timeline.
I know that it's terrible to do that, but I also secretly think it's like a weird psychological flex that works on some people. Like some people are like, oh wow, he really cares. He goes deep.
It's funny to do if it's not in a stalking way. You know, like you could do it to guys too, or something like that. Just like trick.
They're all in a stalking way, but sometimes people just find it endearing. They're like, oh wow, they were stalking me a little bit.
You only like the bikini pics from 2017.
Right. I always thought that that would be a great like little app, like an add-on to your Facebook or Instagram that just finds the keener pics.
Oh, dude, it would sell like hotcakes.
Like hotcakes.
Are you kidding me?
Look at this keener pic from 2012. Damn.
AI is definitely going to unlock that.
So many guys reporting bugs. Oh, I found a pic that wasn't a bikini pic. You gotta fix it.
Yeah, dude.
What's this bullshit?
We have an army of testers, man. These guys are deep in their focus. These guys are debugging like crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never seen such an engaged audience.
That's free QC. Yeah.
Anyway, so 7 years ago, she fractured her ankle. I did find evidence, although she never posted photographs of her fracturing her ankle or like recovering from that, which required surgery. I did find evidence of a post where she talked about it, fracturing her ankle. So go back to 2017. She's got an ankle fracture, and she's traveling with her boyfriend. And I couldn't exactly tell which was her boyfriend from 2017.
The guy with a smile on his face.
It might be this guy, okay? That's a 2018 post.
Okay.
It might, I assume it's probably this guy. This is from
that looks like a boyfriend pic.
Is that not the same guy?
It's tough to tell because she posts. She has a lot of friends. She's got a lot of travel buddies.
Yeah,
so she
it's a lot of far away shots. Yeah.
It's possible there's two different boyfriends, 2 years apart.
But they look similar. So it's like it could be just maybe she dated two dudes consecutively who look the same, or that could be the same
type.
Yeah. That's true. I don't know, but she was dating a guy back in 7 years ago, and they were
dark hair, chiseled, tall. That's
you
know that for sure because both of those guys have that. They're both
to hike
in that
60
zone.
hours a week with this broad, so you're going to be in shape.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And if you're hiking 60 hours a week with someone in close quarters, you're going to get dirty, and a lot of the magic, so to speak, right, the facade that your shit don't stink is going to kind of waft away, so to speak. If you're
going to want to talk about
camping,
right? Yeah.
Talking about camping.
A year, but it's like the way you treat each other in terms of covering yourself up. It's like a 42-year marriage, okay? Because you've been around
like that's a cheat code for a hiker is having a sinus infection.
Could be. Anyway, she posted this video about how she got the sinus infection. Let's hear from the travel blogger Christine Connell. And I want to point out this was on her TikTok, wasn't on her Instagram, which has now been made private.
Today I realized that I think my ex-boyfriend got the best possible breakup revenge that anyone could ever get. We dated like 7 years ago. I've had a persistent sinus infection ever since he and I stayed in a hotel one night after I had surgery. And he farted terribly. Like I couldn't breathe. I've never, ever. It's not anything that even compares to that. And
He did a dog.
I got my sinus infection cultured today. I've gotten it like imaged. I've had all of these tests done. Doctors haven't been able to figure it out, and it is E. coli. And
Oh my!
you usually don't get E. coli in your sinuses because E. coli is from poop. So like, I don't know, how does that get in your sinuses unless you have a boyfriend who farts disgustingly and you are forced to inhale it because you are immobile after ankle surgery?
Oh, did he Dutch oven after the
God.
ankle surgery?
That's what I was thinking. Was he bare-assed or was he Dutch ovening her or what?
That could only be via a bare ass Dutch oven. That's the only way possible that you would get the shit particles up the nose of your partner.
She was like ringing a bell for service, and he was just wafting farts in her face.
Have you ever shitting or not shit? Have you ever farted into a cup, like, you know, just a cup from the kitchen
Twice this
and
week?
then you cap it, and then you cap it,
Yeah.
and then he could have done that too, but that's like an extreme Dutch oven.
Earlier
Grabbing
today.
a lighter. Yeah, it's called a buttercup. Will. It's called a buttercup.
That's got a name. The buttercup.
Yeah.
Right, there you go.
It's called a glass
Well,
of
the
bad.
buttercup, I feel like, is with your hand.
Glass what?
That's just like
Glass of bad.
Glass of bad.
You want a glass of bad?
glass.
Yeah.
It sure is. Yeah, I mean, the cup will really lock that stench in there. What I would imagine is made of poo particles.
Were they staying in a glass cabin?
All right, so here's what happened because she gave a later update. She said that her and her former boyfriend, they were in a hotel room, right? And she was recovering from the operation, and it had two queen size beds. They had a double, and she was snuggled up under the covers when her ex, who was standing between the beds in the nude, turned his ass towards her.
Ooh.
And then, quote, "This is when the fart happened. I've never, ever smelled anything that compares to that." So,
Damn.
she said,
He
quote,
would have had to shard a little bit, though. He has to. We're talking projectile poo particles here.
It was a
Have to
thick
get-
one.
it could have been silky. I don't know. She said, "I just had ankle surgery that I was recovering from, so I imagine my immune system was focused on healing that."
as opposed to the shit
It
she
was
got
a
in her
perfect
nose.
storm.
Yeah, the immune system was distracted, and this fart went in the back door.
Well,
Her defense was down. Oh no.
it's plausible. It's plausible what she's saying, I guess. But would she be the first ever recorded case of a girlfriend catching E. coli of the nose from her boyfriend? Because
I mean, dude,
you don't hear it. You don't hear it often.
Before we get into it, have you got? I've never in my life bare-assed a partner like to bare
Not unless
ass
you're like
fart,
super drunk. You'd have to be super drunk.
but to bare ass and like when you got some terrible brewing. To
No, you're
do
gonna get-
that
you're gonna
to
get
your
in trouble.
girlfriend who's recovering from
You're gonna get in
surgery.
trouble.
You gotta get in trouble.
Because there's no one else to really high five, right? It's just you.
The recovering from surgery part is what makes it pretty twisted. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
this guy, it's no wonder they broke up, right? I mean, that was the surgery recovery
But she
night.
phrased it so oddly in the video. She claimed he got revenge on her because they'd broken up. So it's like they were like, I think like the breakup had already happened, but they had the trip planned. So he was
They
like,
still went through.
I'll
with it?
stay here this weekend with you, and then we'll go our separate
Ugh.
ways. And he blew
Yikes.
a fart in her face. Like that's what it sounded like based on her video. She called it revenge from an ex.
It is strange, right?
She called it
from the
revenge.
ex. I guess, yeah, he gave the gift that keeps on giving. It's like herpes of the nose.
I'm Googling it. E. coli lasts in severe cases 2 weeks.
She can't prove
7
this.
years?
Yeah, I don't think she can prove this.
So the Daily Dot, Lindsay Weedston, who covered this story for the Daily Dot, she talked to
Fantastic
professor and
work,
physician
Lindsay.
Dr. Franklin Joseph, who said, quote, this scenario is, quote, extremely unlikely.
Yeah.
E. coli is a type of bacteria that lives naturally in the gut and is commonly passed through contaminated food, water, or direct fecal contact, not through the air, but in the way that flatulence works. The gas itself doesn't carry any bacteria. Now, that's one doctor's take, okay? But science, as we know, is subjective. In another response to a TikTok creator saying this didn't happen, you can't get butt stuff from a fart if it's not directly contacted. She felt like she needed to say that she one time got pink eye after a friend farted at her early in her life. So I don't know why she's just like self-owning the amount of shit that's been around her face and the level of infections. Maybe that's why her TikTok is private now. I don't know.
Wait,
Most
so
people
she's
infected with E. coli recover within 5 to 10 days without medical treatment. It's almost impossible for it to have lasted 7 years. Now, in severe cases, you might die or it causes like kidney failure, but it doesn't just stay isolated to the one area, aka the nose. It wouldn't have just stayed in the nose for 7 years. That's impossible.
right.
Yeah.
It sounds far-fetched. Yeah.
But it is such a good story to get clicks, because how could you possibly resist clicking on that story?
Because what it is, what's the person that diagnoses himself with everything?
A hypochondriac.
She's a hypochondriac who believes she's had a 7-year sinus infection, but it probably hasn't, right? Like she believes that she has had the sinus infection.
Fart Brazil, you get like a cute fit girl who has a headline of like 7-year sinus infection because my boyfriend farted in the face. I'm dropping everything. I'm canceling meetings to read that.
Well, plus she admitted that she got pink eye from getting a butthole rubbed on her eyes. So I mean, it's tough all around. And in both
she's
of these
a liar,
cases,
but she should train people on marketing virality. You know,
in both of these cases,
talk private now though, I don't know,
because she doesn't want to be known as the girl that has shit all over her head. But now in both of these cases, her only way of making people believe that it's true is if it was a wet fart in both situations, both the pink eye and
it gets
the
you
E. coli
talking.
nose.
This story gets you talking. Like we could do the whole show on this story.
Yeah, no, I think we've gone far enough on this story. Let's move.
You sure?
Yeah, no, I'm positive.
Okay.
We did a good 10 minutes on it.
It's a great story. I mean, you know what she should do? She should sell. Sally should sell some she-shows by the she-shows. She should sell some merch on this, and she should use Shopify if she wants to. I don't know. Make money.
That's right. That's right.
Sinus infection with a bare ass fart or something. I don't know. When you start your own business, there's all sorts of stuff you don't even realize you have to do. So many things. And one of them is make money. That's an important one. And setting up an online shop or selling merchandise and all that stuff, it can be daunting unless, Shopify.com makes it the easiest thing out of all the things you have to do for your business.
That's right.
Shopify
just like it did for us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wes took that task on. Again, I thought he was an idiot. I was like, this will never get done. What a dumbass for taking on this Herculean task. It was done in
Shopify.
A couple days, and everything was set up. Dozens of different designs that Shopify gets all like the colors for you and like the sizes. They do all the shipping for you and stuff. Like it's all automated. You don't have to do a damn thing. It's incredible. You just sit back and collect that dough. It's a cha-ching situation. So yeah, Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark and Hard Factor to brands just getting started. Get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store to match your brand style. It is incredibly intuitive, easy to use. They have helpful AI tools that write product descriptions for your page headlines, even enhance your product photography. Ooh. They're the best. It's not even close. Turn your big business idea into Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial. What? And start selling today at shopify.com/hardfactor. Go to shopify.com/hardfactor. Shopify.com/hardfactor. Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
Do you guys know where the Adirondack Mountains are?
Yes.
Yeah, that was where I vacationed my entire youth.
Would you care to care to tell us?
Yeah, so they're in New York.
There you go. Very good. Northeastern New York, and they're quite lovely, I would say.
The Adirondacks.
Look at that. The Adirondack, bro.
That looks like a bowl of Fruit Loops in the fall. Amazing.
Holy moly, look at that. Nice. Fun fact, the name Adirondack is believed to have originated from the Mohawk or Iroquois Native Americans when they because it refers to they who eat trees or bark eaters, which was a derogatory term used for the Algonquian people that they did not like, who were known to consume tree barks during harsh winters, and it stuck. You know,
To be fair,
slur. I thought they named
they
it.
have beautiful trees, but they have
It's a
beautiful
slur.
trees. It's a slur because of something nice they have.
Fucking
though.
bark
It's-
eaters.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
No daughter of mine will lay with a bark eater. The damn Adirondacks. Yeah,
Here's a bowl
That's
of bark.
amazing.
Eat
Yeah.
up. You want some hot sauce?
yeah. They used to say Adirondack is whack.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah, the racist gag named Stuck. It would be like if a city was named Secundius Eats Dicks.
Secundius. Little Dick Secundius.
Sometimes a gag sticks though, you know, and that's such a. I mean, it's a great name, and the trees are beautiful, so you got to give them that, even
Bark
though they might
eaters.
eat the bark. Yeah.
Another fun fact is people currently go hiking where the Beaver clan used to roam. And it's a tragic hiking story in the Adirondacks that I have the misfortune of telling you guys about today.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not good. On May 24th at 9 a.m., Forest Ranger Praxagelo responded to a call from two hikers that
His name is
frantic
Praxagelo.
Prackajlo, like a really great hangman name. Prax.
Full name is Praxagelo.
That's his last name. That's his last name. Praxagelo.
Last name Sagelo.
Praxagelo.
Yeah, me too.
Praxagelo.
Hey, Prax.
He responded to a call from two hikers that frantically reported that their third member had died hiking with them on the Cascade Mountain.
Oh, that's terrible. But Praxagelo and Pat Vance would sell you some software. I mean, they would get that deal locked in so quick.
Pat Vance, this is my partner, Praxagelo. He's our numbers guy.
You're already sold before you enter the room. It's over.
Praxagelo.
Praxagelo is going to draw it up. Pat
Look,
Vance.
my partner here can withstand a lot of pressure. Okay, he's a high pressure guy. Prack don't crack. Prack don't crack.
That's a duo you cannot escape. You're getting sold. You're getting sold hard.
Yeah.
Somewhere around Cascade Summit Steward, which is this beautiful summit, they realized, oh my God, Jeff's dead. He went right over the summit. It was a summit plummet. Now at first, Ranger Praxagelo was empathetic on the phone call. I mean, these two guys just lost a friend, of course. They were going to be emotional, right? So
That's terrible.
He let them cry. Men cry too, damn it. Boys don't, according to the Cure, but men do when their friends fall off a cliff. So
it's tough.
He he's trying to be empathetic. He's like, oh no, oh no. But a few minutes into the call, Praxagelo starts realizing these guys have gone even past Ron Burgundy when Baxter was punted off the bridge. He's like, they're not making any sense, crying in the phone booth type thing. And he's like,
okay,
something's up here.
They're hysterical. Yeah.
You got to
Hysterical.
wake up pretty in the morning to fool Praxagelo.
You do.
Yeah, exactly. He's a level-headed guy, and he's going to be empathetic with you. But if you're pranking Praxagelo, he's going to.
He's got a nose on him. Yeah, he can sniff out bullshit. Yeah.
Hello,
So
Mr. Sagelo. Is Prack Jr. home?
I think it's one name. I think it's just his last name.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's just his last name, Praxagelo. They didn't give a first name. Something was up. They also managed to communicate to him that they were lost, didn't know how to turn around once they reached the summit. And he was like, So Praxagelo says he's going to come meet these two fellas. And he said, I'll take you back to your campsite. He says, hey, guys, fellas, you two stay right there where you are. Don't move. Don't approach the summit. Stay put. Praxagelo's coming. And he did. He shows up. So
he wanted to see the crime scene.
Something's going on. He wants to make sure no one else goes over the summit, or could have been a murder. He knows something is fishy, right? So Praxagelo, he gets there and he notices the two men are acting crazy. They're out of their minds, like miming shit, like licking rocks, talking to invisible animals and beings, apologizing to the spirits of the Algonquian for never changing the name of the Adirondacks, faking sinus infections with invisible air farts blowing in their way. Like they're just going nuts, the whole nine.
They ate the bark. They ate the bark, unfortunately. Yeah.
They ate the shroom. So he says, what the hell is wrong with you two? And that's when they admitted they were tripping balls because the lads had some boomers, shrooms.
How
way
many?
too many shrooms and went hiking. Way too many, Will. way too many shrooms.
Yeah, apparently, right? Because one of them died, right? So,
yeah. Well, now because
Maybe.
they were so high, what happened next probably really threw them for a loop. Because when they got back to the campsite, their buddy, the third member of the squad, was there waiting for them, totally fine.
Oh my God.
Amazing, dude. Yes.
Turns out he didn't die and got separated from his two friends that were tripping a lot harder than he was. And he also called the Rangers, who found him first, closer to the campsite, and he was totally fine the whole time.
Praxagelo sniffed it out right away.
Yeah, man. Do you think Praxagelo dropped on them like I remember my first mushroom trip?
Yeah,
yes.
I hope so.
I think he ate the rest of the shrooms in front of him. It was like, I got some people to save.
Dude,
walked them home on a leash after eating the rest of the bag.
Dude, as a guy that's prone to paranoia during psychedelic trips, that's the sickest relief. I would almost go through that terrifying hellish experience just to have the catharsis of your boy being alive.
You thought he was dead for hours.
What made them think he was dead?
Well, because you're so high, and they can't possibly conceive that they just got split up, right?
They couldn't.
He's not in front of their face, right? And so like
they didn't
just like
him fall.
We're panicking.
They were just so high that because they couldn't see him, he must have been eaten by wolves or fallen off of a cliff.
But then with the twist, when Praxagelo comes up and reveals him to you,
just thinking about that, dude. That's the most terrifying, dude.
Yeah.
So but then you're happy. Then you're so happy. You're like, I don't even care if I go to jail for the shrooms. I'm so glad you're alive.
Dude.
The last twist was an ambulance was called, and the two guys that were freaking out got sent to the hospital for not being able to handle their shit on shrooms. The third guy did not have to take the ambulance ride.
I'm finishing my camping trip. That's what he said.
Yeah. That's fair.
Praxagelo forced him on the ambulance.
Him and Praxagelo split the rest of the shrooms.
Yeah. Insane story.
They got back to the camp. He's like, "You guys are dead too?"
Yeah. Insane little hiking trip there. Bonus dog, which is the one that Will also knows about, so I'll be handing over to Will here. Did you guys see or hear about the glacier avalanche on the Alpine Swiss town this week?
No.
It happened recently, so you might. I mean, you'd have been paying attention to the news today.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday. Here it is. Get a load of this avalanche, which destroyed and covered over 90% of a Swiss village in Blatten. It's a big one.
Blatten, aka Flatten.
Yeah.
Switzerland.
Literally
flatten the town. So that is a 52 million cubic foot glacier that melted and then descended upon the town, completely flattening it. Yeah, it happened Wednesday, May 28th, yesterday.
Oh my God, dude.
I mean, insane. A sweet googly moogly. Look at that thing. Luckily, they were on to Mother Nature and they evacuated everyone days before, a week before, because they were like, this thing's looking a little melty. It's
all 300 people that live there and their livestock. Yeah.
Except for one. There was one very stubborn Swiss man who refused to leave. Who refused to leave an impending avalanche. That guy listens to no man. Didn't leave for an avalanche.
The worst part about that is the guy, there's always one, as Will said, and that's correct. And that person, unfortunately, always has an animal. Always. The guy that won't leave always has
probably had like a dog with him or something.
Dog or a cat.
They're not mentioning it. They're trying to put it out of your mind. They're saying, hey, all 300 of the townsfolk plus their livestock, they got out of there, except for the one guy.
Yeah, and this guy's so stubborn he might not even be dead. Like, if anyone could survive an avalanche, it's Yorn, and we hope
I don't know, dude.
Said the mayor of Blatten.
Look at this side by side, Mark, right here. Yeah. This one, I don't know if you saw this particular pic. Yeah, that's the side by side before and after. I mean, the town is gone, dude. It is non-existent.
Yeah, like it was a legit town. These were the houses. Like they had nice houses.
Oh, those are nice, modern looking houses.
Not anymore.
Yeah, gone. Fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, insane.
One of the craziest things. RIP to that dude. But then again,
he might be alive.
They called off the search.
When the authorities came to his house, we're like, "You got to get out of here." He's like, "No, we're staying. We want to stay." And the dog was like, "Wait, what? What'd you say?
Right.
Dog's
like,
This is
asleep.
me business.
Every other animal in town left. Did you not see it? They
I
left.
hope he
It was
gave
like
that
Noah's
dog a
Ark.
steak.
I don't know, boss. I got a sixth sense that this is not going to end up.
I'm hoping the dog was able to just sprint away, and then the old man, because he wasn't young.
He could have. Well,
he didn't
also,
sprint away.
a lot of these old stubborn people have old dogs too, so maybe it was like a much older dog.
You can only hope.
Sure, justifies
quick.
behavior, Mark.
It was quick. That's a quick death. 520,000 tons of ice. Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, that's what it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
it's a quick
fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Town destroyed in instance.
Mountains.
Yeah, tough places, mountains. Don't fuck with them unless you're like real comfortable. And anyways, people, every year mountains are tough. Yeah,
Paxagilos.
Leave it to the Paxagilos
Not
of
everyone
this
can
world.
handle it like you can. Yeah.
The mountain men. All right, let's move on to the other trends that you need to know before this week is over. The first one, it's a bit of a callback. According to multiple meme Instagram accounts that Wes and I follow, because we're those kinds of people. We'll read a meme account and then have to verify it later, because I did verify this later on multiple news outlets. Here's the scoop, and it's about Diddy. Quote, in recent court testimony, rapper Kid Cudi, Scott Mescudi, alleged that in 2011, Sean Diddy Combs broke into his Los Angeles home after discovering Cudi's brief relationship with Cassie Ventura, Combs' then girlfriend. Cudi testified that Combs forced his assistant to help him enter the house, where he found his dog then locked in a bathroom after Combs was there, and Cudi found his family's Christmas gifts tampered with, presents opened. A few weeks later, Cudi's Porsche was reportedly destroyed by a Molotov cocktail, an act he believes Combs also orchestrated.
He broke into his house and opened all the kids' presents.
Fucked with his kids.
I'm gonna put this shit together wrong.
Locked this dog in a bathroom and fucked with his kid's presents like the fucking Grinch.
Oh my god,
dude! What's crazy
What?
about this is, I guess the woman that just testified, she has a fun name. She was one of Diddy's staff members, and Diddy found a burner phone that this woman had gotten Cassie, right? So he could communicate, so she could communicate with Cudi. And when Diddy found that, he freaked the fuck out and drove to the house. And this woman, the staffer, was in the car, and she surreptitiously called Cassie and was like, "Hey, dude, Diddy's in Cudi's house right now." And then Cudi called Diddy and was like, "You in my fucking house?" And he goes, "I just want to talk to you." And Cudi
he goes, "You
driving.
Hear this? I'm playing your kids
opening up
PlayStation 3, bitch."
He had gotten his family like Chanel or something, like high end brand. He started fucking with it. But when he got to the house, Diddy, and this is like a little bit different than what was testified to, but I hear the truth is that Diddy started chasing him. They did like a high speed chase, and then Diddy got in the car and went to the staff members like, "Who were you talking to? Who were you talking to? Did you tip off Cassie?" He's a psychopath. He's an absolute psychopath. Damn. And then the Porsche thing blows my mind. Because it wasn't just a Molotov cocktail. They brought power tools and drilled a gigantic hole in the top of his Porsche and then dropped the fucking cocktail down the hole. Like
nobody orchestrated that other than Diddy. Yeah, for sure. That's insane.
He's insane.
Tiller says next Hive Hour bad trips.
Paul Hubbard below him explains his bad trip. He said,
what did he say?
Tried shrooms once. That was enough. We had no experience, but we're told they tasted bad, so brew them in tea. Brewed 1 gallon of tea with an Oscar of wet shoots. 3 of us drank the whole thing. Big mistake. I spent the next 4 hours in the passenger seat of the car with my head against the window, motionless. The problem was the wife had driven us to a family dinner, so she had to do some serious storytelling to get me out of that one.
Oh man, Paul, did you not say a word the entire dinner?
No,
That's
I don't
incredible.
think he did. No, I don't think he did.
Yeah, make sure you're
staring at everybody
before you do serious psychedelics. Make sure you got no responsibilities.
Yeah.
Before you drink a third of a gallon of shroom tea.
I mean, It's literally the worst. Like the worst trip I've ever had was on weed, and I had to go to my tutor after Will and I got high, and I forgot about it.
Ooh, and that was the Afghani, and that was back when we didn't smoke a ton, so that was going to hit you hard.
Experience in my life.
That was the good weed.
Nothing on your calendar.
Yeah, if you're about to trip real hard, clear it out. All right, one last trend, guys. A better trend than Diddy being a psycho and assaulting people's kids' Christmas presents, and cities getting flattened in Switzerland. Sydney Sweeney.
Oh yeah,
ever heard of her?
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind getting stuck under an avalanche with her.
You've heard of her. Yeah, one of the few people you'd love to be in an avalanche with. She's selling
Try to wiggle out of this.
I think we should stay, Sydney.
Body heat. It's going to keep us alive. She is selling 5,000 bars of special edition Dr. Squatch soap that's made using her used bathwater. You can see it there. It's on the website. You could check it out. Sydney's Bathwater Bliss. The scent is morning wood, and it's featuring
out of stock.
Sydney's Bathwater. Well, it's coming soon. Okay. And the craziest part, they're only selling it for $8, and they're doing it because Sydney Sweeney fans who are also Dr. Squatch users got real horny and weird in the replies of like her last commercial for them. So in response, they're going to sell 5,000 bars. You have to enter the contest. It's only $8, but you have to enter. You have to be so horny for her bathwater that you have to enter the contest, get your email on a whole list. Like I fill out a form. I'm filling out my form for Sydney Sweeney's bathwater soap here. And then you could buy it for $8.
We're going to find out on day one if this soap is edible.
Oh yeah. So many tests, so many weird tests going down with this Sydney Sweeney soap.
Yeah.
Can I fuck it?
Oh, you can fuck it.
Can I bore? Is there a hole pre-bored, or do I got to bore my hole?
They're going to bore. They're going to bore their own hole. That's 100%. Grok replied to this because it's controversial. Okay, so a lot of people are hating on the Sydney Sweeney.
This is like a slightly classier version of the fart in the jar from the woman we interviewed.
Is it even though? Is it? I think it's almost
slightly classier.
It's almost exactly. It's an OnlyFans move. It's an OnlyFans.
Oh
move.
no! I'm saying instead of a fart in a jar, it's bath water in a form of a soap. It's in the same ballpark as that. For sure.
Everybody gave Gwyneth Paltrow shit for her pussy candles. So
yeah. But I want to point something out. Gwyneth Paltrow's pussy candles.
She didn't queef on each of those.
Were her pussy candles. Okay, that's her company. That's Goop. So,
but she had scientists trying to recreate the smell of pussy. It wasn't like women were sitting on the candles.
To your point, Pat, Dr. Squatch is a decent brand if you haven't tried them. All right.
No, I'm sure they are.
But
what's interesting is
it's all right.
when Sweeney was at her height, right, which is about a year ago, when she was at her peak, Squatch came in and paid her a nutty amount of money to do the ads. And from what I heard, they initially didn't get the ROI that they were expecting.
But it got them into Costco, right? Because I mean, I know that their deodorant's at Costco now.
So she had to throw in a bonus for them like this.
She may have had to throw in a bonus. But what I want to know is, can we get evidence of how big the bathtub was? Like, what's the particles?
I
mean, I'm imagining it's this one that they have her doing the ad in, and she just kind of soaks in that water for a little bit.
Pool,
and then they use it in the I mean, there's no guarantees on how much Sweeney
was she completely naked in the bathtub, or was she wearing a bathing suit? These are questions we need to know.
Who takes a bath in a bathing suit?
Couple more minutes. Just now, real quick before you're done. Can you suck some of that water up with your vagina and then spurt it out? Just two more water queefs and we're done, Sid.
Yeah. She farts like bubbles.
She gets the point of what's going on. And Grok, their reply, because now on Twitter Grok replies to everything because everybody asked it to. This was Grok's summary quote: Sweeney calls it weird in the best way, as in her relationship with the Dr. Squatch users, but many criticize it as gross or objectifying, and hygiene concerns linger despite claims of filtration of the water. So they claim they're going to still filter her bath water.
They did what to the water?
That's what they say. They say to make it hygienic.
Do I got to build a time machine, go back in time and stop them from doing that? No.
Yeah.
So, don't filter the water.
Let me just pick this up from the plant.
None of the buyers want the water. Yeah, none of the buyers want the water filtered. But I mean, Dr. Squatch is trying to.
It's a little bit classier. Yeah,
some semblance of class, right? You guys buying this bathwater soap?
Not at all. No.
People need to.
I'll sign up for the
I'm
opportunity.
married, and that would be hard to
so.
explain why I bought that.
Taking it to the internet, Hard Factor replies in GIF format with Fry, "Shut up and take my money." So we know where Al stands on it. And Pat, yeah, I mean, am I going to go out of my way to get it? If Dr. Squatch was to happen to send us a box or two, we're going to let the people know how it is.
I would smell it on an unused one. If I would smell it, see, give it a whiff.
Taste it.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting paid a shitload of money, did you see Hailey Bieber, formerly Hailey Baldwin?
What happened?
ELF, a major makeup company, paid $1 billion to take over her line of product this week.
Did see that.
$1 billion. The news came out a day after that sleazy TMZ guy. What's his name? The guy who runs TMZ.
Harry?
That guy. He announced that they had spent years on a Justin Bieber documentary, and they got to the bottom of his money problems and his drug problems, and his money problems, and he's poor probably. And you're going to want to see
now his wife's a billionaire.
Uncovered, and then 12 hours later, they're like, his wife just got $1 billion. So
yeah.
Well, so they had Bieber saying the N-word on tape for years. When he was 13, they did. And so Bieber played nice with them for years and gave them exclusives, so they didn't release the N-word tape.
Interesting.
It's out there now.
Well, taking it back to Sydney Sweeney, Tiller in the live chat says, waiting on the toilet water. And that's a great segue, Tiller, to the best taking it to the internet comment on the Sydney Sweeney post. Charmin replies, Sydney, call us. We've got an idea.
That's hilarious.
They actually quote tweeted that. They wanted everybody
Gross.
to see.
Fucking
That's
gross.
hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, but a great quote tweet.
And that's my toilet paper, man.
Yeah, that's everybody's, right? Who's not a Charmin guy? And that's the show.
Scott
Thanks,
guy,
everybody.
Ew.
Scott's over. Oh, Scott's over.
You like?
Do they have like a nice cushy one?
I like a dude's name on the brand.
Okay.
Of the thing.
You're preparing for prison.
Somebody that's going to stand up, be durable. A guy named Scott.
Yeah.
All right.
You got workers' hands, asshole.
Shows up every day. Never late. Never misses a day of work. Never complains.
Rips less, maybe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Charmin. I love the Bears. Charmin does a trick for me. Anyways, Hard Factor. Oh wait, patreon.com/Hard Factor. If you need more Hard Factor, you want to join us for trivia on June 20th. That's put it in your calendar. It's Friday night. Trivia is extremely fun. Mike Wade trivia throwdown online. But most importantly, get out there and have yourselves a great fucking weekend.
The cream of the crop.